Former female inmates at a Florida prison tell RT about how they were subjected to verbal, sexual, physical, and mental abuse while serving their sentences. Poland's defense ministry accuses the former government of falsifying the investigation into the plane crash that killed the country's president. And a new poll reveals a, quote, chasm opening up between Muslims and non-Muslims in the UK as fears grow over an increasingly divided nation. At 5 p.m. in the Russian capital. You're watching RT International with me, menbunuh. Welcome to the program. Now, sexual, physical, and mental abuse, and that's what former female prisoners in the Florida facility claim they were forced to endure. And they're now suing the state for damages. RT's Marie Finoshna investigates.
I am an ex-inmate of the Florida Department of Corrections.
Crystal Harper says she'd rather die than go back to a place she just left, and for a very particular reason.
It was a means of legal prostitution. He grabbed my butt and told me, you know, this is going to be mine. Just that fast. I hadn't even been in prison for 24 hours. Either you play their game or you get raped.
Crystal chose to play alone, she says, just to survive. Every day for 5 years, she would have to accept indecent proposals in exchange for basic needs and security.
So what do you charge for some What do I got to do to get my sucked around here? What would you want if I wanted to you? You train your mind and you train your body to numb it out. If I would have walked around prison like that 24/7, I'd have committed suicide a long time ago. It's laying on your bunk in the middle of the night, realizing what you had to do that day, the day before, the week before.
Crystal was the first to speak up about the abuse in the Florida facility, but many more followed, all with shocking stories to tell.
I've had a lieutenant come through night shift and write on the back of a notepad and hold it up to my window, little notes, numerous different times. One of them saying, get naked, get doggy style, get on all fours, show me your vagina, and he's not the only one.
The worst the girls complain is that the whole system is corrupted and there is nobody to ask for help.
I just want it to be a place where you can serve your time and get your life together and then get out and get on with your life. There's no reason why any woman should have to go in there and endure so much punishment. Sexual abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, verbal abuse. Like, that's just way beyond what the judge said that you were going to have to do.
We meet Crystal in Texas, where she ran fearing for her life after she was followed by a known man and someone broke into her house.
I don't know if it was the state. I don't know who it was. I have no idea. The only thing that I could register in my mind is, Crystal, you're going up against the state of Florida and you're still in Florida. Like, why wouldn't they try to hurt me or kill me?
But sexual abuse is far from the only allegation.
The Department of Corrections was supposed to do a double mastectomy. This is what I got. Literally butchered. I left all of this here. All of this is a chance for the cancer to come back in.
Tanya believes the surgery could have been avoided in the first place if she was checked on time. It took Tanya's sister 16 months to convince the facility administration to check Tanya's breast, long enough for the cancer to damage her body.
Does Department of Corrections care? You can look at me and tell, no, they do not. I look in the mirror every day and see what they did to me and refuse to fix me. How can you not hate such animals?
The prison promises changes soon, but Tanya says in the 16 years she has been there, nothing ever changed.
They will save the state money at any cost. They will allow you to die. The prison system in Florida is it's $1 billion business. It's all about money. It's not about keeping the streets safe.
We contacted the facility, but they only agreed to an interview by telephone.
We remind them that we are not here to punish, that was the court's job, that we are here to ensure the inmate's safety and to ensure that they are returned to society in a better status, basically, than they were when they came to us.
These women are suing the state of Florida in a federal court. The women's attorney says it's not just about individual cases, but rather a culture of impunity.
In the deep south of the United States, there has been a history of ignoring people's civil rights. The Department of Corrections is still in that mentality of, listen, we're going to do what we want to do, don't question us, and these officers feel empowered to take advantage of people because they know that the department isn't going to come in and investigate properly, and they believe that nobody will believe these inmates anyway.
David expects the case will take several years to resolve, but the women will win. What's less certain is whether the conditions that allegedly caused this suffering will change as well.
This behind me is the Loyal Correctional Institution, Florida's first prison for women, and since last year, America's biggest. The stories we just heard took place here, and the inmates we spoke to say the suffering inside never stops. Mereka RT from Florida.